So I definitely remember that we had to rest because all had hypothermia, and then we continued on, and we found this cool, elaborate like altar thing, and we kept trying to do special ceremony stuff to try to make it open. But the whole time, these motherfuckers were like right on the other side, watching us through a peephole, probably like making fun of us as we didn't accomplish anything to unlock the secret doors that we didn't detect. We got jumped by a bunch of demons and these two humongous cat things, demon monsters, and we beat their asses. I mean, it was a great cost, but we beat everybody bad. Um, and I got my magic axe and dagger back in the aftermath of our victory. And yes, then these people came out and supposedly to our rescue, although they weren't much help. Except for that one guy that died, that one berserker
Yeah, I
guy.
was gonna say,
I'm
one
not.
man gave his life for you. What?
Listen, Gleister's very grateful about that. I'm not all that impressed, but Gleister also is worried he might have to adopt these children. Well, he's gonna have to talk to the other tribes people about that. He's very upset about that one guy, though.
Yes. I imagine Gleister is not the only one. Yeah, last session was a whole lot of fucking combat. Really
The
pretty
two,
tough combat.
the two named characters survived. They were fine.
And that's surely all that is important.
Wait, win?
Surely. Yeah. All right, well, you can take your inspiration.
All right.
And we will get underway. I don't know if everyone saw my little note, but we don't have any maps for tonight, for what could very well be the entire session. So, strap in and lock in. But I did come up with at least something to look at for all of these locations, so it's not just the landing page. Hell yeah, absolutely. You can bet your ass I did.
That looks like a boat, and I was like, that's a door.
Are you talking about the black square in the map last week?
No, I'm just saying if we watched you draw
Oh.
in this paint.
Alright, well, as long as you're not talking shit about my current skills. Anyways.
No.
Right when we left off, as Alan said, you were being quickly ushered into a tunnel. And everyone quickly ran in. Gleister not fully among the everyone. But before any further beasts came to harangue you, finally you all made it in. And the stone slab creaked and cracked shut behind you with a slam. Inside the tunnel, it is about 10 feet wide, 7 feet tall, and it seems to be carved from the stone of the mountain itself. You can tell that its length stretches for more than 100 feet. The patch of pale gray Barovian light emanating from an exit at the far end. The party is only a few steps within before one of the men who came to your rescue attempts his very best attempt to grasp and pin Gleister to the wall. I'll allow you to contest that if you wish. Oh, well, he does a very poor job. Which naturally slows the entire entourage down, despite, the dead body being dragged in and all of the people just fresh from their panic of hurrying into this tunnel of safety. Mostly snarling into Gleister's face, but the wild look from left to right makes it clear he's mostly addressing all of you. The barbaric man snarls angrily. Why have you come here? Speak now!
I would like at this point to point out that I am carrying and sobbing over that one dead guy.
It does not seem to assuage this man's anger. If anything, the body of his brethren in your arms makes him more furious.
Trying to get to the amble temper. Amble temper.
Just as the accosting barbarian's lips part with a snarl again, his very similar looking brother steps between the two of you, a hand on both of your chests, and pushing Scarillo away. Look, I am sure that we can work out an understanding. You heard what they said, brother. Any enemy of the Amber Cursed is a friend of ours.
Yeah, we're enemies of evil. Do-gooders, if you will.
He says casually, dead body in his hands. The accosting barbarian doesn't fully seem convinced, though he steps back a few steps and growls out a begrudging, "The skies whisper ill omens, and you all come waltzing in like lambs to slaughter. Lambs with daggers, perhaps. Maybe we should interrogate you properly, seize your weapons, and toss you back out for the mountain to deal with."
Gleister lifts up his visor and looks at the others like, does anyone want to try to talk sense to this, or do you guys want me to talk to him? Because I might not talk sense.
It might end in more death.
What ill omens do you speak of? Last I looked skyward, it was filled with the silver light of hope.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we saw this light, but the Amber Cursed have grown more active lately. Strange signs have been seen in the skies. The Great Shadow's steed has been seen overhead, and we know that the castle's eye lingers on Mount Gawkis. Who are we to say that these ones are not more of the same?
Can you tell us what Amber Cursed means? Can you tell us a little more about that? I guess they're the bad guys, right?
They are remnants of pilgrims who sought power from the mountain's amber wound and lost themselves in it. Weaklings like all of you.
Oh, yeah, no, not us. We're pretty badass, actually. We actually fucked all those demons up, did you see?
Oh, we saw, brother. You know what made us open the gate, after all. And he gestures to the spear on your back, Alan. The spear of the Huntress. And the less aggressive of the brothers follows up. This is a mythic weapon, stolen from our people by the Horned Scourge many centuries ago. It is surprising that you have found it and brought it back home. Ha! Brother, they have stolen it, or tainted it with their weakness and foul minds.
Foul
Stolen
mind.
yes. Stolen from the heart of Ravenloft itself. The crypts of Strahd, von Zarovich's great castle.
Yeah, we were desecrating the tombs of his ancestors.
The silver light you saw is the dragon of
Arkenvost.
Dragonvost,
Arkenvost.
brought back from a deep slumber.
Ever heard of him? Silver dragons are good dragons.
We have heard of them. They once held a bastion here on our mountain. But I am sure you know that they are no more.
Yeah, that was a kind of a blow to us, too. I wanted to show my children.
A moment later, you hear a woman's voice ring out from the far end of the tunnel. "That is enough, Gorillo." And a very tall, muscular woman strides down the tunnel with her fur-lined cloak clasped with a brooch of polished bronze set with flashing amethysts, very rich in appearance, despite her slightly barbaric garb. Her dark silver-streaked hair hangs down in a long, tightly coiled braid, and the hilt of a heavy greatsword is visible behind her thick, corded shoulders. She's a big lady. She moves, however, with the grace of a seasoned predator, her steely eyes sharp but unyielding. And two fur-clad warriors bearing great axes flank her on either side, their steps echoing in time with hers.
Wow. Hey, look at you.
I love that Gleister's just like punch drunk most of the time. She stops just short of your group, and her gaze locks on to the aggressive Scarillo like a hawk. Is this how we greet those who find their way to Soldav? With threats and axes drawn? And Scarillo tightens his grip on his spear and clenches his jaw in defiance. The skies have shown us ill omens, mother. Shadows move where they should not, and strangers wander where they've no right. Caution isn't a crime. And the woman's brow furrows, not in anger necessarily, but like, come on, dude. And paranoia isn't strength. Your fears do not excuse you from our laws. Como made the choice to bring them within, and if that choice was a mistake, the mountain will make it clear enough. And you see this big, angry, aggressive barbarian man step further back from Gleister, a little reluctantly, but yet he still lowers his eyes from this woman. Very well. But if their deeds don't match their words, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be there. The woman turns and gives a nod, her expression sort of growing slightly softer as she looks over the five of you. You must forgive my son's enthusiasm. His eye for danger makes him a fine warrior, but Soldav is not without its hospitality. I am more than happy to admit you to Soldav, and to grant you hospitality at my own home, so long as you follow two rules. You must keep your weapons and all arcane foci sheathed, and offer no violence to anyone within our walls. Additionally, you must comport yourselves with honor, and offend none who greet you with grace and hospitality. These are my conditions.
But you got yourself a deal.
She looks to the rest of you for agreement.
Bill will nod respectfully.
Damsies will nod.
Alex will also nod.
She gives...
They can speak too, though. But they're
They're being very respectful. She follows it up with yet another nod. It's a big... And she beckons you all to follow her down the tunnel whence she came from, guiding you into what you can only assume is Soldav. Please hold. Tunnel opens into a mountain crater, perhaps 1,000 feet across, its walls rising very steeply around you like a giant valley bowl. Snow blankets the ground here in soft layers, broken by a rocky central avenue that splits off into dozens of smaller paths and trails, crisscrossed by footprints and animal tracks. There are nearly 24 wooden huts rising from the snow along the crater's edges, their pitched roofs heavy with snow and frost. Elevated stone and wooden terraces, accessible by narrow ledges or wooden ladders, seem to provide access to additional structures hewn from the stone of the crater itself. Other terraces, their recently sown soil carefully cleared of snow, host hardy crops and herbs that sprout defiantly from the frozen earth. Across the crater, wooden palisades encircle small pens where handfuls of goats bleat softly. The rocky, muddy central road, quote-unquote, winds between them, ending at a larger longhouse built against the far side of the crater. Smoke curls lazily from its chimney, vanishing amidst a thick layer of white fog that seems to cover the crater's top like a lid.
Wow.
The village hums with quiet activity, but at your approach, the rhythm of daily life slows and falters. A young girl leading a pair of goats toward one of the pens freezes, clutching the animal's ropes with wide, worried eyes, while a trio of men splitting logs slowly lower their axes, murmuring to one another in hushed tones. A group of playing children, orphans or not, all atop a wooden terrace, also pause, then stare at all of you as you begin to step into the crater with rapt fascination, while an elderly man sharpening an iron blade atop his hut's wooden step spares only a quiet, weary scowl. Far above you, a pair of adolescent sentries peer down curiously from a set of ramshackle wooden scaffolding, with a short bow slung loosely over each teen's shoulder. What is everybody's first reactions as they're walking into this vision? And let's just confirm, everyone can see, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. Leister is awed. He's
Okay.
very impressed by this community.
He is, for a moment, struck quiet.
Alex is in somewhat awe because it reminds him of his home way back when. And he sort of like opens his arms and is like, "You got all these goats?" But it's with like the most admiration any of them had heard.
Yeah, Jarrell remarks that this is kind of astounding, living so well in such a harsh environment. Speaks to the pervasiveness and tenacity of the people living here.
Absolutely.
Damsius will be trying his absolute best not to make eye contact with everyone staring at him.
Yeah, he's probably used to this sort of attention in a negative way. Helena, of course, is standing beside you, also silently dumbstruck. She's not here.
Wide-eyed.
Yes, exactly. As you are being led down this main thoroughfare, if you can call it that, the woman who has since introduced herself as Chief Diega sort of gives a nod and reassuring smile for each of the Soldavian onlookers who slowly bring themselves to return to their tasks. And it appears that she's leading you towards the other side of that crater where the Longhouse rests.
Oh.
As you... Yeah?
Hmm?
All right, hold your peace. As she nears, bringing you there, she gives a grand gesture of her hand and says, my home and our meeting place. You
It's
get to the
lovely.
very end, down here, and you can see this very fine longhouse rising before you, with sturdy timbers dark with age and weathered by countless winters. If there's one thing that this place so far has given you the impression of, it's just absolute ancientness. It is older beyond belief, still thriving and still doing well and in decent repair, but everything is just old. The longhouse, has thick beams framing its entrance. Their surfaces all etched with intricate carvings of wolves and ravens and spiders. You can smell the rich scent of burning pine. There are 2 tall wooden poles that stand flanking the entrance, each carved with a watchful wolf's visage at its base, a spider's web at its center, and a perched raven at its peak. Does this strike something familiar in any of you?
He were-raven people?
The altar, right? It was the wolf, right?
Yes, Damsius, take an inspiration as you place the connection of the outside of this hidden place to what you're now seeing on the inside. Chief Diego pauses at the threshold, turning to you with another nod. It's just the theme of the night. Welcome to my family's home, she says, and she pushes open the door, allowing the warm firelight to spill out into the cold air beyond.
Oh, that's nice. We haven't had a real proper fire to sit beside in a while.
The
I
hospitality.
imagine. It is my pleasure. We do not often get visitors to our secluded Soldav. You step past the heavy wooden doors, and the warmth of the longhouse. Oh, Gleister, you had it underwhelmingly stated. The warmth just envelops you like a beautiful plush blanket, finally chasing the mountain chill from each of your bones. You can smell the faint scent of that pine smoke, but now it mingles with the aroma of roasted meat and dried herbs, a fine meal that you also have not had in quite a few days. While the fire at the center of the room crackles in a wide stone hearth with its embers leaping and popping in a very merry spiraling dance amidst smoke rising up through that central chimney. More rows of thick wooden beams support the roof above your heads, their surfaces also carved with intricate patterns and designs, while bundles of dried herbs and strings of garlic dangle from the rafters above. You can see upon a raised platform at the far end of the chamber and overlooking a cluster of wooden benches that seem to ring the wooden hearth is a large, elaborately carved wooden chair, draped in thick animal pelts and flanked by stone braziers that burn with golden flames. Beyond it, a tapestry depicting a lush mountain valley hangs against the old stone wall. Finally, to the left, a heavy curtain made of thick wool hangs across an arched doorway, its edge swaying just slightly in the draft. And to the right, a reinforced wooden door stands beside a smaller opening framed with carved wooden panels. Each of you files in, and it's a quite spacious building for a primitive longhouse as such. There's plenty of room for each of you as she leads you just past the fire so that any of you can take a seat upon the benches or just enjoy the view of what Soldab has to offer.
I'm gonna wrap
However,
up one of those wolf skins on one of the benches.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
are they offering us the food yet, or we just have to? They're gonna interrogate us first.
There has been no offer as of yet, though whether or not you help yourself, I have no control over.
No, I don't want to get in trouble and get us kicked out.
Wow, Gleister with some forethought? Impressive. As you are reaching for one of those pelts, Gleister, you can hear a little giggle from overhead, and a heartbeat later, a small, furry shadow plummets from the rafters above, aimed directly at your shoulders. Your slightly larger than average PP grants you the ability to notice that this shadow is actually a small child bundled in furs. And if you choose, you can avoid this piggyback attack with a dex save.
Nope. When the little kid jumps on me, I'll be like, "Ha! I thought you were a monkey."
Yeah, that heavy weight drops square onto your shoulders, followed by a immediate gleeful cackle. And this shadow, not Diego, a young boy no older than 8 years old, bundled up in furs and sporting a wide, happy, determined grin, hugs your head to his chest with his wild hair bouncing around as he clutches tightly to his makeshift perch. "You're the prisoner of the Wolf of Soldav!" And he's holding this whittled blunt wooden dagger in his hand, waving it around as though he's like riding a bucking bronco. "Surrender, stranger!"
I laugh from inside my helmet and I say, "I'll never surrender. You'll have to kill me."
Um, there is a chorus of giggles from the young boy, and he seems incredibly gleeful to your response and your willingness to play along with his little game. And he just sort of monkey climbs like all around your body until he has met the floor.
All right. When he stops to face me, I say, "Hey, let me see that dagger of yours."
"The Wolf of Soldav will never surrender his weapon!" And he starts running with more cackles all through the pillars of the longhouse.
Oh, good answer, actually.
Diego just sort of, "Goodness, children," rubbing her temples as she gives a very unenthusiastic scolding. "It's not polite to ambush our guests, Calder." And still, as he's running around, waving that dagger that he has refused to relinquish, he cackles, "A wise hunter always attacks from ambush."
Makes another good point, actually. Yes. I'd like to introduce him to my son, Friedrich.
You know what's really sad that Paige isn't here is this looks like her son, Carter. Totally by accident. I didn't do that. It just like did. So it kind of looks like Carter. So I was kind of excited for her to see that. God damn it, Paige!
He's kind of
Anyways.
the same guy, but you know he's a little bit nicer than Carter.
Yeah. Carter might actually stab you with the knife.
Yeah, if he had one.
Yeah, we keep those away. The wool curtain to the left, over here, sort of stirs for a moment, and another mountain of individual, this time a man, steps through. He is broad-shouldered and muscular, much like Chief Diego, but with a height noticeably above 6 feet and a shaggy black gray-striped beard that extends down to his chest. His ruddy cheeks, however, are crinkled with the lines of old smiles, and his blue eyes are bright and warm. "Oh, is that Giona?" And seeing as none of you are, in fact, Giona, his gaze, as it falls upon you, becomes less of a hopeful grin and more of a quieter, subdued smile. "Ah, I see that we have guests."
Lift my visor.
Friends.
Smile.
Oh, go ahead.
Lift my visor. Smile. Give him the thumbs up.
Of course, there's Glacier still there, kitted out fully in like shiny plate mail. Well, dented, scratched, shining
I'm
plate mail.
imagining
And
he lifts his helmet up, his face is like bloody, and he's like missing a tooth, and he's like giving the
Yeah, that's
thumbs up.
probably. I mean, we did just have a big fight. I got pretty beat up.
you did actually get super fucked up. Chief Diego gestures to the new man, and "My friends, this is my husband, Orles." Friends, Orles, these are some new friends to Soldav. I don't believe I received any of your names.
Oh, pleased to meet you. My name's Gleister Poitain.
Pleasure, sir.
I am Jarell Salamar.
Caliph peeks up in kind of like a squeaky voice. "Calix."
He's feeling a little overwhelmed.
I'm Damsius Bondman.
Uh.
It's been a long day.
Damn, you said your own name wrong.
I knew it.
I think I had
I knew that
from
was really
earlier.
pronounced.
And
This offers a light handshake to each of you as you give your names.
Damsius will point at the drooling one, and that's Helena, my sister. She's processing.
Yes, awfully quiet, but even the silent are welcome in Soldav. Perhaps that is even preferred.
With her, trust me, it is.
Your...
Nope.
Go ahead. Interject
How
at
is
any time, you guys. Otherwise, it's just going to be me talking the whole time.
how is it your people have survived so long up here, separated from the rest of Barovia?
Well, we are a centuries old people. While the Tauta were simply a half-dozen tribes scattered across the Balinok Mountains in the woodlands, this place, Soldov, was the center of the Tauta's faith. The place where the spirits of the Ladies Three were said to dwell. But there's... I do not know how many details of us that you wish to have, but it is safe to say that when the Great Shadow arrived and built his keep atop the ruins of old Dostran's fortress, the Tauta of old expected him to bring blood and fire upon them, just as he had done to the enemies that he tracked to this valley in the first place. Fearful of retort and attack, the woodland druids approached this Great Shadow in secret with an offer of trade. His promise of protection in exchange for the secrets of the ladies' places of power, the Three Fanes. Strahd, the Shadow, accepted and claimed the Fanes for his own with profane rituals of blood and shadow. But this horrible betrayal from the Druids rocked our people to their core, and they were exiled. Since then, the true Tauta have remained within Soldov's walls, only venturing forth into the great mountains to gather food and supplies. The castle and its servants are ignorant of Soldov's existence, so long as the Great Shadow only believes us to be disparate bands of savages scratching through the snow for morsels. We remain safe from his attentions. And more aptly, directly to your questions, exile from Soldov is more than merely a word. There are ancient enchantments that protect us from those who would wish us harm, cleansing their memories of Soldov's location and obstructing their gazes from perceiving it at all. This is true for the Great Shadow himself.
Well, that's pretty handy. You guys are probably the best off of anyone in Barovia.
I think that you would be right. It is not often we leave these mountains, but we have seen the people of this land, empty and soulless, longing for something they do not even know they once had. It is a sad existence.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I heard what you said to my son in the tunnel. That you are traveling to the Amber Temple. Is this true?
Yeah. We're gonna go.
You all answer cheerfully.
We're gonna do good guy stuff.
The halls of Amber Shadow harbor deep and terrible dangers, my new friends, of which the Amber touched are the least. You must understand that the lure of Amber has long lingered across these mountains, with its song a honeyed whisper that draws fools and madmen from all corners of the valley, and even beyond the mists themselves. Many have thought themselves strong enough to brave it. Many have been deadly wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. But you understand we got to try anyway, right?
Well, perhaps our acquaintance shall be short-lived, and we will mourn you as we do all who find their deaths in this land.
Well, that's nice of you to say.
Yes. What can you tell us of the Amber Touched?
Oh, well, it is my understanding that you met a few of them already, outside the entrance to Soldov.
Demons?
Indeed.
Oh, I see.
But I would wish to know what it is you are truly looking to do in this temple. I heard what you said, Gleister Poitain. You are there to do hero stuff and the like.
Yeah, we're
But
not really.
that is not specific enough for my question, I fear.
I was gonna say we're not really 100% sure beyond that. Maybe this elderly man with us could tell you. I'm gonna point at what's his face.
Casimir just like quickly shakes his head like, bro, no, shh. And he just like puts his hands up. I am merely a guide to the Amber Temple, nothing more. Please, excuse me, I know nothing.
Fortunes tell of a great weapon within the Ember Palace that could help us overthrow the shadow that cloaks this land.
Make me a persuasion check, as that is quite true. Jarrell and his silver tongue. I see. I sense honesty in your hearts, and eagerness in your veins. Well, I am happy to tell you what I know of this place before you leave Soldoff. But not now. You have clearly had a long few hours. Some of you are barely standing. You may lay your bedrolls beside our fire, share in our meat and mead, and you may trust that no harm shall come to you within our walls. If
Are
this
we?
pleases you.
Oh gosh, yes. You have no idea. This looks so amazingly comfy, cozy. Are we all still soaking wet? Because if so, then we should all strip down and hang up our clothes to dry.
Yes, get naked in front of the child.
God, I don't know why you gotta make it weird.
Father's just running around. You're the one who said he had to get stripped down anyways. You started it. But I know that Helena did fall in the water or something like similar to that. So she's definitely wet.
I think Damsey is
Glystrike
too. I can't remember.
Those of you who took a little dip in the frozen river are definitely a bit chilled, though the air of the longhouse and the furs around you are of a benefit. But surely they could provide you with a temporary set of dry clothing while yours repairs.
Okay, well, we can assume that they offer that option after I've already stripped down naked and then wrapped one of those skins around my loins like a diaper.
Fantastic. Glycer's just standing there with his chicken legs out. She turns to her sons, who have kind of been standing in the corner silently, just sort of observing you all. She turns to them and instructs them to prepare places for you near the hearth once the evening meal has been taken.
Sweet.
I can only imagine that in addition to the cold, you are also in need of a fine and filling meal. We do quite well here in Soldoff. I am sure you will be satisfied.
What's on the menu?
Well, funny you should ask, as you have arrived on a very fortuitous occasion, our annual celebration of the Night of Clear Skies. We shall feast on every finery we have, the meat of goats, of pig, fine rooted vegetables, hearty spices and herbs. You will enjoy, I can promise you this.
Sweet. What was the Night of the Clear Sky?
She just sort of gives you a sly smile. I shall not say anything now, but you will receive a thorough education during the evening's festivities. Not to worry, my friend.
As soon as you started saying that, I was picturing you guys going to do a musical number, like a song and dance, and it's going to tell us all about the legend. Can't wait.
Damn it, how did you know? She turns to Calder as he is attempting to stab you playfully in the leg. Calder.
You call that a knife? And I want to take out one of my vampire claw daggers and be like, nah, that's a knife.
Jesus Christ. Somebody put Cleister in a headlock. He immediately becomes enamored in this weapon, but the call out from Chief Diego reluctantly stops him from becoming completely inconsolable with excitement. Calder, inform Elder Birabis that the outsiders wish to know more of the Amber Temple. Go now. Do I have to? I was really having fun. Look, there's new people we never have. She sort of like gives him like the death mother stare.
That
He
means shut
sort
up and
of-
do as you're told, boy.
He gives you all a final shy glance and then darts out the front doors. Never to be seen again.
Oh, bummer.
And then Strahd.
Presumably to
Yeah, obviously.
Strahd swoops down, you hear screaming. And you are getting flashbacks to when all of your children died, Gleister.
I got you back. I got you again, Lancelot.
Not for you and your meddling dog. So Calder disappears out the door, in theory, to go inform Elder Birabis as he was instructed. And Chief Diego and Orlez begin to prepare the longhouse for feasting. I assume our friends in the Adventuring League of the Legion of Lancelot would like to take a brief long rest before the evening's festivities commence.
Long rest,
Boy.
you say?
I mean, if that's
A rest the long way.
if that's an option, then absolutely. But makes me worried about tonight's festivities.
You will be sacrificed. Burned
Yeah,
at the
that
stake.
felt like
It's about 8 a.m.
It felt like a whole lot of health packs in one spot. That's what this just felt like. Like, you know.
Yes, exactly.
Like, oh, fuck, here's 50.
You could hear
health
boss
potions.
music queuing up from the back. Yes, you have plenty of time before nightfall, kind of indicated in the name of the celebration, Night of Clear Skies. And she did say the evening's festivities. So it seems very likely that you have many an hour to prepare for this fun time.
Sweet. Yeah, long
And-
rest would be amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And everybody sort of leans up in a comfy spot as quiet bustling is happening around you in the longhouse to sort of prepare it. And you guys can hit your buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pardon me. As dusk finally descends, the longhouse has been filled with people living in Soldov. And beneath Chief Diego's supervision, long wooden tables have been carried in and set up near that central hearth. Villagers of all ages pour in, bringing baskets of preserved fruits and freshly smoked meats and steaming loaves of dark bread. And it's probably something of this aroma that finally rouses you all from your sleepy stupors. Laughter and conversation fills the longhouse with well over 100 mountain folk filling up the tables around the hearth, and you can smell that savory aroma of roasted meat, scent of sweet honeyed mead as villagers are all passing wooden platters piled high with food, including you in those rounds. They hand it to you just as readily as they hand it to their neighbors. There are many children darting between the tables with shrill laughter mingling with the melodies of panpipes, flutes, and pounding drums. It is, for all intents and purposes, a very merry gathering. Chief Diego's throne has been fully moved aside, making room for a long, low wooden table, all surrounded by a dozen woolen cushions. And as the festivities are getting underway, you are invited to sit there alongside them. joining Diego's family as they too take their places atop this table overlooking the hall.
I wish my buddy Jeebus were here. I want to say to either of the chieftains, he's a very talented dancer and musician. He's going places.
Well, perhaps you will have to visit us another time with
You
this
think it's
talented
possible?
friend of yours.
Oh man, we would love to. Oh my god, it's a promise. Can I bring
As
my
I
children?
said, only those who wish us ill will forget the details of Soldov.
Oh, okay.
Keep goodness in your heart.
I didn't catch that part. In that case, then I can definitely bring my children to visit too. That'd be great.
Oh boy. A whole field trip with 15 children into the mountains. It's crazy. Of course, Scarillo pretty much refuses to speak with you, sitting sulkily at the end of the table. But Como is happy to make light conversation, asking you where you guys came from and what has driven you to take the destiny of this land, so personally into your hands. And it's all gentle, light, fun, backdropped by the fine music.
I want to tell them the names of my 14 children and what they like.
Yeah, Alan, what are the names of your 14 children?
Gleister knows. He's got them all written down.
Right, of course. He's got a tattoo a mile long on his gut.
I mean, if we had a tattoo artist, I would absolutely do that. Yes.
Yeah.
So of love, but actually he can't remember. Mm-hmm.
Alex is low-key in his element right now. He's vibing around. He's talking to people. He's walking to different tables. He's truly thriving in this type of environment.
It's not that any of you know Calix well, but it's definitely a side of him you've yet to see. But somehow the quiet half-elf seems to be more at ease in this room filled with people than he did with just the 4 adventurers.
Well, right. We did meet him under unusual circumstances in a very dangerous place. So,
sure.
I'd like to approach the circulating calyx and be like, "Oh, you seem like you're in your element."
Whenever he speaks, his voice is kind of like everything about his mannerisms is giving like what ecstasy can be described as. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just love people, you know." And he's just like, "I love seeing people be people."
Well, I think it's a really nice sentiment, and that's probably exactly why you're going to make an excellent tickle boy for us if we need you to. Thumbs up.
Don't worry, I got you.
You know what?
He's a pro at being tickled.
We've only just met, but I feel like I can trust you. Tell me your story, Calix.
Well, my story? What part should I start at? There's so much. I don't know.
We are kind of unclear about how you ended up half naked in that icy cavern.
Oh, well, you see, what had happened was I was back home one day, just minding my business, and then my favorite man, Honcho, came up to me, and he was like, "I need you to go out, see if you can make us some new friends." And I was like, "Yeah." And I got lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon so. All right.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know how to read a map. It kind of sucks.
You know what? That explanation is good enough for me.
Yeah.
It's more than you guys have known about Calix so far.
Well, I would like to. I would like to follow him around while he meets everybody and just try to feed off of his apparent popularity.
Alex
I know this guy. Isn't he charismatic?
He just completely accepts his body double for the next unforeseeable future. and he tries not to speak much of his past, but whenever he speaks of Honcho, it's almost in like a worship way. And this environment is a lot like at home. He's actually in a cult, but he doesn't know that yet.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
But Glacier trusts him.
Well,
Give me
I
a
mean,
round of perception checks briefly. Carry on.
well, I was going to say, some people might not accept that degree of explanation, but for Gleister, that's more than good enough. Perfectly good. Oops.
Glester is busy. Jarell is hungry. And Damsius is also just kind of scarfing down the food. Calix somehow is the most observant of all of you, even though he is giving a good chit chat. And Calix, you notice that as you've been talking to Gleister and kind of, getting around with the peoples, that Orles has left the Longhouse, and so has Alan. Come back, Jack. Come back. Oh god, he's not in Roll20 either. I swear to God, if he crashes, I will shit a brick.
Yeah, Alex would sort of look around and kind of count heads, and he'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's one of ours. Where is he gone?" And he sort of walks up to the rest of the party, and he walks up to Gleister because, from what he could see, that was the leader. And he hadn't been there that long, and he was just like, "Do we have everybody?"
Have everybody? I think so.
Well, Calix, after a moment, your curiosity is sated as the curtain to the left parts once more and Orles steps forth once more into the room, causing a hush to fall over the crowd. He is in slightly different garb, however. He wears, he's holding a long, rune-carved staff in his left hand, with its polished wood all etched with symbols that seem to almost shimmer faintly in the hearth light. And with each step, yep.
Didn't we break a rune staff at some point?
No, it
Not this
disappeared.
one.
Okay.
Yes, in the crypt.
Yes.
There was too much handing off, and it was like, peace. No, this one, perhaps similar, but not the same. And with each step forward that he takes from the side of the longhouse, it strikes the floor with a deep, resonating thunk, thunk, all sending echoes through this ancient hall. His broad shoulders are draped in a heavy mantle of black wolf fur, with its glossy pelt draped heavily down his back, as the wolf's head rests upon his shoulder like a sentinel, with its lifeless eyes seeming to glare protectively across the room into each and every soul. His face is painted with streaks of white and crimson, like war paint, the white tracing lines across his brow and his cheekbones, and the crimson running from the bridge of his nose down his jaw in jagged, vein-like patterns. Atop his head is a headdress, fashioned from the bleached skull of a mighty elk, its jagged, sprawling antlers stretching high, high above him and casting long, jagged shadows across the walls of the longhouse. Strings of beads and feathers and bits of glinting obsidian adorn them as well. Swaying gently, he comes to a stop beside the fire.
Does he look like he's about to tell a story?
He definitely looks like he is going to do that or burst into song, one of the two. Nothing in between.
Okay. Then I will watch him attentively.
For a moment, as you're watching, you notice so too are the over 100 Soldavians in the room as he's standing silently before this hearth with his massive form silhouetted against the flickering flames. He raises the staff high, slowly, and with ceremony almost, then drives its end into the floor with a loud, resonant thud, the sound seeming to supernaturally reverberate through the whole structure like the echo of a distant drum. And then he speaks. Buckle up. Long ago, before the Lord of Ravenloft cast his shadow over the land, before the sword of Dostron cleaved across the valley, before Cavin's folly turned brother against brother, the Tauta wandered the world alone, lost, yet seeking. Our voices rose to the heavens in desperate prayer, scattered and weak like leaves blown in the wind. One night, as the sun slumbered and the moon hid her face, 3 voices answered us from the wilds, soft and strong, like the murmur of wind through pines and the roar of the river's depths. They called to us. They led us, unseen but ever present, through barren wastes and treacherous peaks, to a place of bounty and beauty. Gerisa, our wooded valley, where the rivers sang and the trees danced with the wind. It was here that we first came to know the Rosanna. The ladies 3 who have led us here. They were not as we were, yet they walked among us. The huntress who taught us the ways of the spear and the bow. The weaver who taught us to weave the loom and basket. And the seeker who taught us to divine the secrets of the wind and the star. He lifts his head, standing even straighter, the painted antlers of his headdress catching the flickering firelight and almost dancing a visual of this story on the walls behind him. But the valley we found held more than beauty. From the darkest, furthest peaks, unseen even by the Rosanna, a shadow began to stir. A darkness that crept from the heart of the mountains, rising like smoke, but carrying a cold that chilled the bone and stilled the blood. And you can sort of hear a murmur sort of ripple in through the crowd, and children are clinging to their parents' sleeves, and for a moment the firelight seems to dim as if it's shrinking away from shadows around the edges of the hall, almost seeming to grow stronger. Orlez continues, his knuckles growing white as he clutches the staff to his chest. And so the great shadow, the devourer, fell upon our valley. A great and terrible void that knew no hunger but to consume. Its darkness boiled the skies, veiling the sun and moon as the trees withered. The beasts fell silent, and the land itself seemed to despair. But the Rosanna, the ladies 3, would not bow to the shadow. Their voices rang out across the valley, singing with defiance and memories of light. As 3 radiant stars, they soared to the heavens and met the devourer in battle. And he strikes the staff against the ground with a sharp crack resonating through the hall once more. For 3 days and 3 nights, their battle rocked the earth, the skies raging with light and fire. But the lady's will did not falter. And with a final note, they pierced the devourer's heart, tearing the darkness asunder and revealing the clear skies beyond. The devourer fell, its broken form cast down to the west, and light returned once more to the valley. He lifts the staff above his head, holding it high. In thanks, the Tauta raised 3 fanes to honor the Rosanna, holy places where their guidance might never fade. To the huntress, the fane of the forest, where the wind sings her fury. To the weaver, the fane of the swamp, where the waters whisper her name. And to the seeker, the fane of the mountain, where wisdom awaits those bold enough to seek it. He lowers the staff slowly. And so, every year, we gather on this night, the night of clear skies. We honor their triumph. We honor their gift of light and life. And we remember that even in the darkest of times, the voices of the Rosanna guide us still. As he finishes the tale, the hall is silent for a moment, save for the crackle of the fire and the hissing and popping of the cherry red embers. Then Chief Diego stands, hefts her mug in a toast, and shouts, "Clear skies! Bright stars!" And the whole hall echoes, mugs lifting to greet hers, held high in the air. Clear skies! Bright stars! And the
Leister
room
enthusiastically joins in.
Absolutely. Do
Also,
any of
earlier-
you decline to toast?
Real
No.
ghosts.
Do it.
Damsius will hold the mug up.
Oh,
Yes, Cleister.
While he was telling the story, and it got to the scary part, whoever in my party was sitting next to me, I clutched them, one in each arm.
Damsius.
Damsius will hold his mug up and quietly.
Yeah, clear skies and stuff with stars, yeah.
Yay!
Yay,
Charlie.
Got a candy mountain. The story concluded, Orales returns to the table, sitting beside Diego and removing his headdress and pelt, and sets his fancy staff aside. He turns to each of you beside him and the chief. I hope that you have enjoyed my story. I hope I did it justice, just as the Keepers of Voices have done since the night was first celebrated.
Yeah, I think it was a dynamite job. Everybody Jeebus would have given you compliments if you were here.
He sounds like a fine fellow.
Yeah, you should have seen him dance.
Jeebus is like at the house right now. He's like, man, I feel really good right now. For some reason, I feel like I'm missing out.
That kid's gonna go far.
Well,
He could feel the compliments on the wind. Did the story make sense to you? Did you feel like you were left with any questions? I am happy to speak of this topic, if you wish.
yeah, maybe you could explain it, all the subtext to me as if I was a complete simpleton.
As if,
Yeah, I was,
Well.
I was gonna say, Jarrell does little air quotes when he says "as if."
Right,
behind
as
his
if
back.
he's not. Well, millennia ago, the Tauta, we were a group of simply nomadic tribes, just seeking sanctuary amidst a world torn asunder by war and conflict. According to our oldest legends, the Ladies Three guided us to this valley.
You know, we've heard of them.
Gerbisa. Oh,
we've heard
have
of
you?
Yeah, no, we have. Yeah, we have met others who revere them. They sound fantastic, and it seems like if anything, we're going to need to bring them back as part of banishing Strahd from this land forevermore. Do you think that's possible?
I do not know if this is possible, but it is a valiant goal to have, and, well, should you manage to be successful, you can be certain you would have our appreciation. But Gerfisa, as the valley was once called by our people, you know it now as Borovia. After being led by the ladies three, we found a home of peace and plenty, but according to the legend, the valley held an unknown darkness. The Devourer, an entity of dark fog and seemingly endless hunger. It was enraged by our arrival, and the Devourer rose up and blotted out the skies, threatening to extinguish all light from the valley. You know, as it is, Barovia has meager brightness as it is. Imagining it with none at all is depressing indeed.
Yeah.
Only the ladies held the power to stop it, and together they rose up to destroy it, thereby returning life and light to the valley. Now, we speak of them very highly, but none of us fully know the lady's true nature, be it fey, divine, primordial, or something else entirely. But as long as us Tauta have dwelled in the valley or amidst the mountains, we have placed our faith in the ladies to guide us, even now, centuries after we have last heard their voices. The worst part about this whole thing is, well, no one really knows what the Devourer was. It's where it came from, or where its endless hunger came from, but again, according to this old legend, the Whispering Wall is all that remains of the Devourer's corpse. I wonder, have you seen the hill and the wall beside?
We have walked in the mist once before.
Indeed. This...
It attempted to lure us into false comforts. Do not know what would have happened if we had succumbed to some temptations.
Surely something disastrous and monstrous. That you are alive to sit here beside us is surely a fine sign from our ladies three. We are pleased that you have lived to visit us here in Soldar.
We're really pleased that you intervened and have shown us such gracious hospitality.
Yes, of course. And you can hear a loud scraping suddenly from the end of the table. And that butthole Scarillo has stood from his place at the table. And he takes a long drink of mead and then spits it across the hall towards the flames in the brazier beside him, which causes them to hiss and dance with sputtering pops.
That's dangerous.
And Scarillo glares at you, mostly Gleister, who he has a severe bone to pick. And he kind of points his finger at you. And tells me that your words are hollow.
But who tells you that?
You heard me. And Orlus kind of leans towards you, Gleister, and with a sigh, he says, the traditional response to a boasting challenge is the earth tells me your deeds are dust, but you may always retort as you like.
The earth tells me that your words are dust. How do you like them apples?
Come then, strangers, and let the Tauta see your boasts for the ash that they are.
Okay, are we gonna wrestle?
Chief Diego stands as her son, with a roll of her eyes, of course, stands as her son has supposedly put forth this challenge. And she grasps her great axe from beside her throne and woof, 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 pounds its shaft against the wooden floor. And not
Boy,
directly...
If you like to wrestle, you would have really loved my buddy Sturg. He can't wrestle no more because he doesn't have any arms or legs, and I gesture to my sword.
She carries on as you attempt to taunt Scarillo. Tonight, we shall let the fire judge whose voice rings truest. 3 boasts. 1 for the deeds of yesterday, 1 for the strength of today, and 1 for the future yet to come. Prove yourselves with courage and wit, or falter and bow to your better. The hearth is watching. And she turns to her son. Orillo, do you challenge these outsiders together? And Skirlo nods, causing her to turn to the rest of you at the table. Because you have all been challenged, you may choose one amongst you to answer each boast, but no more. Do you accept?
I guess.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Choose your champion.
Jarrell.
Okay.
All right, warm it up, Drill. Diga nods as Drell is pointed out by the group, and I call upon each side to place their wager upon the floor of this hall, so that all can see what the victor may win. And Scarillo steps down from the dais and sets down a curved, polished horn with its rich, deep brown surface, all carved with intricate runes and seemingly bound in blackened steel, all engraved with the head of a howling wolf. And you can see that at its widest curve, there are runes etched into it. And he sort of stands there with confidence as he waits for one of you to place your own wager. Or Drell, rather.
Oh. Okay.
You could give him something if Drell doesn't have anything suitable, I suppose.
I have a dagger-sized shark tooth that was my trinket I started with.
That does not seem of equal value.
It's really neat, though.
Orla sort of leans in and says that each side in the boasting match is expected to wager something of material or martial value.
Well, I just think it's neat.
Sentimental was not among the descriptors.
All right. What about one of my vampire claw daggers with a little bit of chitin on the tip?
I still have
Jarrell.
my skeletal horse.
Oh, do you accept this? Damn.
Does it seem like it would be something somewhat equal? I don't want to seem like a coward here.
Well, I mean, Scarillo obviously thinks that he's the best and his shit doesn't stink and that his prize here is better than anything you could possibly wager up, but...
It's
actually going to try and one-up him.
It's magical,
okay.
And it's got like a bit of special spider chitin that is poisonous and it does additional necrotic damage. Yes, it's a dagger and it does an additional D4 necrotic damage, so it's like a double damage dagger. It overcomes damage resistance, for monsters that have to be hit by magic weapons. What's wrong with that?
But it doesn't seem as though they're planning to reject it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
I suppose that'll work. I was going to try and one-up on the gift, but...
Do you have something that you want to suggest instead?
I was actually going to do, because I'm pretty confident myself, actually had a bit of a speech pop into my head.
Oh.
Our Raven Whistle. A gift from the Seeker themselves.
Okay.
Wait, that's risky.
It is risky. You could lose it.
Well, we gave away a much more valuable item, so,
What was that?
The frickin' talisman that defied death 5 times.
Oh, word.
Who
Strahd
remembers that?
demanded it.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. All right. Well, you're good. Your choice, Drell.
All right, we'll go with the dagger. I don't want to risk losing the whistle.
That seems smart.
I'm still not really sure what we're supposed to be doing, other than
me
we're
either.
answering his boast. Maybe it's like a dissing contest. As you diss each other, diss track each other. You get a
Yes,
freestyle
kind of.
rap battle.
So I'll above table explain the rules to you briefly. So this boasting match will consist of 3 rounds. The first is a boast about something that said boaster has accomplished. The second round is a boast about the boaster's current skills, talents, or strength. And the third round is a boast about what is yet to be achieved. Each time that a boast is made, the speaker must make a deception check if the boast is a lie, or a persuasion check if the boast appeals to the audience in some way, like is playing off the people and being flashy. An intimidation check if it is a direct challenge, and for all other caveats, a performance check. If you can produce some sort of trophy or proof of your boast, you can make it with advantage, this check.
Oh ho!
But if you are being too wild and outlandish, it is done at disadvantage.
I have Strahd's severed head that I've been carrying around in my belt. You guys remember?
Yeah.
Strahd's severed head?
No, Strahd's wife's severed head.
Strahd?
The first
No,
one.
no, it was the bride.
Oh, word.
One that I blamed for killing Myrtle.
Yeah, we found her in the study.
I can't even remember her name now. Yeah, she turned into a spooky monster and I chopped her goddamn head off. Oh, remember? And then we rescued that girl in the next room, and I'm like, look, she's dead. And then I puppeted the dead head, like going, bah, 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 bah.
Wasn't her dog the dog you named this party after?
Okay.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was Lancelot's original owner.
That's right.
And her mom's nuts. You didn't meet her mom, but we met her mom once, and she was completely out of her mind.
I remember you saying that then. Super curious.
Well, I think her mom's nickname was like Crazy Lady, like I don't know, Nutty Marge or something.
All right.
Crazy Karen.
Well, preparing as you will for your boast, Jarrell, you are beckoned to the center of the room, opposite Scarillo, who takes the opportunity to go first, as Scarillo does.
Okay.
He brandishes the jagged, blackened canine skull mounted to his shoulder, and he shouts, "This was a great hound of sulfur and brimstone. It came to the mountain slopes, bringing fire and ruin. Alone I drove my axe... Drove my axe through its maw and claimed its skull as my prize." And there is a brief... clap, 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 for him as he makes this boast. Drell, your turn.
I have ventured into the heart of darkness itself, the castle atop the mountain, the home of the devil. We plundered his wares, we fought his minions, and we have killed his wives. And he shall take the severed head of that Gleiser spoke of and hold it aloft.
I toss it to him.
Or that.
Huzzah! Jarrell, make your... I think this would be persuasion for you. Make your persuasion at advantage, seeing as you've got a trophy. Ooh, there's a round of, oh, look at that. What a cool guy. A whole chorus of that around the longhouse. And you can see that the bonfire seems to almost swell beside you with just the intense excitement. Our new friend Jarrell wins this round. Continue to the second. Diego instructs from the front. And Scarillo is just glaring at you, Jarrell.
Wait, I assume it's a best out of 3, right?
Indeed.
All right, well, then we could probably shut him out.
Scarillo takes his spear. Maybe. He takes his spear from where it's leaning against the wall nearby the front table and slams its shaft into the floorboards. No Tauta can rival my aim with the spear when my hand guides it. Its point strikes true. Try harder, Scarillo.
I was gonna be like,
He
did you rant
scowls.
outside just a minute ago?
Did you just shit your pants? And the crowd seems unimpressed with his boast.
All right. I will step in for round 2.
Diego holds you back and tells you that is not allowed.
What? We're not. I thought it said we could switch off.
Negative.
Yeah. All right.
You have only chosen one to speak for all of you, and that choice was Jarrell.
Bummer. Okay. Well, I didn't catch that, but
You're good.
all right, Drill. Hopefully you're good at something and you can beat a 6.
Maybe.
Different
We'll see.
skills, talents, or strengths.
Your meager spear does not impress me. I have searched the cosmos and reached into other planes, and I have claimed their powers for myself. And I shall hold my hand out towards the hearth and call forth some of the flames towards me. And as it comes up my hand, it turns black into the shadowy fire as it begins to wreathe my arm. I don't know if you want me to spend the entire spell slot or if I can just do a demonstration and hold on to it, but
There's no big harm in expending the slot,
Okay.
which I do fear you must.
Okay.
But it will allow you to make a performance check with advantage.
all right.
All right.
Performance.
Another shocked round of murmurs echoes across the long hall, and many people are nodding in your direction, Drell, seemingly quite impressed. And so far, you are doing good, my friend.
Sweet.
Gorillo, of course, is scowling further. And he, at this point, steps fully up towards the hearth and plunges his right fist fully into it, withdrawing a burning, fiery coal, which he then thrusts into the air above his head. When my sister returns... Oh, fuck, I can't do the voice anymore. And ascends to the chiefdom, I will be her strongest weapon, defending her, our people, and our home from all who would harm it. Damsius and Gleister both, you kind of notice that he is sort of flinching from the pain of the heat of this in his hand. He is holding it, a hot, burning coal.
Okay. Well, that was really stupid, but nobody laugh at him. Let's all be respectful. I hold a warning finger up to the others, like, nobody laugh at him. Nobody laugh.
Damsius?
Damsies rolls his eyes.
All right. Where's the right button? There is, at this point, a round of cheers. And, yes! 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 Echoes out throughout the hall. And, he smiles widely, feeling pretty good about things.
Can Alex use Ben Luck to lower his check?
I don't know exactly what spell that is, but if you try to interfere, there could, of course, be consequences.
Then never mind.
Tell them about how we're gonna kill Strahd, and then I don't know, to prove your point, like hit me in the face with something really hard. I don't know.
I hate Strahd so much I'll punch my friends in the face.
I don't know. It could work.
Brother.
I shall march upon the Emperor Temple to claim the weapon foretold, so that we may confront the devil upon the hill and cast the shadows from these lands.
Then I smashed
All
my
right.
face. And go, yeah.
That's my friend. All right. Persuasion straight, please, Jarrell.
Ooh.
Damn, son. A chorus of cheers erupts around the long hall, shouting out Jarrell's name, which quickly becomes a chant. And as Chief Diego rises to her feet, shouting amongst the cheering of the room, Jarrell is the winner of this match. And you can just see that Scarillo curls his hands into fists as people continue to, now they're kind of climbing around you, Jarrell patting you on the back and like, Toby, bless him, like Pope shit. And he storms out of the longhouse into the cold night. Not only do you get to keep the item you wagered, yeah, champion. Not only do you get to keep the item that you wagered, you also have won the one that Scarillo wagered.
Magic dagger.
Yeah, you can have the dagger back. Do you happen to know Druidic?
Do not.
Everybody
I
else.
know a lot of languages, but Druidic is not one of them.
Everybody else Cena does.
Well, that does not help us now, since we are currently availed of Helena's expertise. Damsius Calix, either of you know Druidic?
Let me see. I don't think so.
Alex does not.
Abyssal,
Damn, y'all are slacking right now.
Elvish, and Infernal.
I cannot remember. No.
Bottom left.
I haven't. I don't have it.
All right, well, there are some runes written along the edge of this horn as you pick it up, Jarrell, but you don't know what it says.
Okay.
However, it is an item of magical origins. Feast, make merry, my friends. Enjoy the celebration of this night of clear skies. Enjoy one another's company, and know that without the ladies three, none of us would stand here in celebration today.
Is that guy
And the
who's mad?
festivities commence.
Is that mad guy gonna be okay? I want to ask one of the chieftain people if that dude that stormed out's okay. Is there anything we could do?
There are no
you know,
dangers within Soldov. He is simply one of my hot-headed sons. Think nothing of it, Gleister Poitain.
Okay, all right. Well, if there's anything that we could do to, make things more peaceable between us, we would do it.
I believe this to be true, but you must understand, we do not get a lot of visitors, let alone ones that bring battle to our front doors. He will be well enough in the morning, perhaps, or perhaps when you have left this place. Do not hold too high of hopes for his friendship, but think nothing of it.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Jarrell will ask Chief Diego about the writings upon the horn.
Ah, yes. This is one of Scarillo's prized possessions. I'm quite surprised that he chose to wager it, but, well, I suppose I should not be surprised at all. You are wise to wonder what is writ on the edge, but it is simply a manifestation of the horn's purpose. It reads, "May the winds heed my cry." This is a good item. It will aid you when you need it.
I'll
Let
tuck it
me
safely
write
away in my
that
pack.
down in the thingy. Yes, make sure you put that on your character sheet.
I did.
At Cheryl, that's Jeebus. At hello? Oh, I gotta change you from Cal. That's why I'm typing in Jarrell, but it's not working.
Oh.
Cal, I'm in. That's my bad. Horn of Silent Alarm. Gift. All right. Anything else that you guys want to discuss or accomplish for the evening as the festivities continue?
I do. I want to ask, Rolis. Rollies? I can't remember how you pronounce that.
More or less.
If I could see that staff.
And
see
that's
if
just
I
a guess on my part.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna ask to see the staff that he was holding. Check out those runes.
Certainly, though handle it with care, my friend.
Of course.
They seem to have like some sort of, as you pick it up and are looking at the etchings in the staff. Oh, I just sneeze. They seem to have like a varnish almost sort of dipped into the impressions where the carvings are. If you ask, these are not druidic runes, but rather representations of the ladies three. You look a little closer and you can see that they're crudely sketched. It's a raven, spider webbing, wolf, and things of that sort.
Yeah.
And though it is old, it does appear to just be a sort of ceremonial vibe.
Okay. Well, that's all I've got.
Anybody else? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Nope, we won the bragging contest, so I don't have to show off my giant sword. I think I'll just try to be nice to people and not.
Well, I'll give that a maximum effort. All right. Well, the evening continues with joy and festivities until everyone moves to retire to their homes. Though, of course, you guys have no home here, and the hall is prepared into its original configuration, and you are provided your bedrolls once again. And they're sort of laid along the floor around the hearth to keep you warm. Gleister gets this dick rug. I've been looking at it the whole time. I didn't realize that it looks like a penis over here. And well, it does. And you are awoken in the morn by not Scarillo, but his very similar looking brother, Homo. The elder Burabis will see you now. Prepare yourselves, dress, and make ready to visit him.
Who now what?
You said
elder.
that you wished, indeed, you said you wished to know more of the Amber Temple. It is our elder Burabis who will inform you of these things.
Neat.
All right. All right. Gleister, your clothing is absolutely dry. You can stop wearing loincloths. One hopes that you might have put your normal stuff on before that big feast, so you weren't just like the only naked man there. But who knows, I guess.
Yeah, I probably would have done that. And yes, I will fully dress in armor and everything.
Fantastic. Como begins to guide you down that rocky central boulevard. And then he, instead of going back the way you guys came through, he...
We said Boulevard, and I said of Broken Dreams.
Oh, word, of course. Yes, absolutely, 100%. This whole place is filled with broken dreams. It's like Barovia's motto. But instead of going back toward the tunnel entrance where you came in, he takes a quick turn and goes down a small winding trail that travels you all towards the western edge of the crater. This path leads beneath a trio of tall, snow-dusted pine trees, then to a set of narrow, rugged stone steps cut directly into the mountain cliff. 20 feet up, the steps turn and vanish into what appears to be a small, dark cavern. Once you reach those steps, Como turns to you all, and instead of bringing you up them, he informs you that he can go no further. The Elder asked to speak with you, not with me. But best of luck to you.
Okie. Well, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man.
We shall continue
Thanks, babe.
upward.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. You climb the steps and you ascend into darkness. And then you enter an enormous cavernous space, more than 200 feet across. In contrast to the sharp chill of the mountain air, the atmosphere here is quite warm, almost humid. And there is a thick, dark brown loam that covers the floor. And thick vines climbing up these cavern walls, all shimmering with countless deposits of glowing cerulean crystals, blue as evidenced here. Honeybees flit from tall, sweet-smelling hives to dart across a field of verdant, flowering bushes, mosses, and small trees, all crossed by a bubbling brook that echoes with the occasional croaking of frogs and the chirping of unseen crickets. There are clumps of soft, white mist drifting lazily through the air like small, puffy clouds, clustering most thickly near the base of a small, crystal-clear pool fed by a nearby narrow waterfall. At the center of the pool rises a three-sided stone pillar, its front marked simply with a three-pointed star. Beyond and above it, a tangle of thick gray-brown roots carpets the wall, which rises from the floor to the stalactite-dotted ceiling more than 50 feet overhead. 15 feet up that wall, the mass of roots seems to form an enormous face, sort of bearded and wrinkled with a very ancient, wizened visage. And it's only when you see the roots just beneath it at the bottom, rising and falling like a mighty chest, that you realize the face isn't made of roots at all, but framed by them, its dark gray-blue skin blending with the stone of the wall behind it. Slowly, the face's eyes open as you're admitted to this cavern, revealing glittering emerald orbs, and an ancient, resonant voice spills forth from its bearded lips.
The speaker spoke true, then. You have come at last.
Oh, were you expecting us?
I am fortunate to know much. Yes, your presence is expected here.
Oh, okay. You must know things that we don't, huh?
Many things. Have you brought the science, the secrets of blood, and the sun's sigil?
Hey, guys, we got that stuff?
What did he say? I heard the sun sigil and something about blood.
Secrets of blood and the sun's sigil.
You're still breaking up.
No. Please hold.
Okay. Secrets of blood and the sun's sigil. Oh no.
All of you are just kind of like looking uncertainly between one another.
Is the spear one of them?
No.
Oh, sorry, bud. Do you know if we have these things?
I know many things, but not that which I have asked you.
Oh.
Yes, Jarrell.
Yeah, I was just pretty much gonna say I don't. The sun's sigil, I would think it'd be either something with Lathander or the angel statue would be my two guesses.
Didn't he steal the angel statue back from us?
No, that was you have it. That's the one from the abbot.
Hey, well, I'd like to show my angel statue. Is this one of them?
The roots kind of flutter, and you're kind of assuming that he is shaking his head no within the confines of the roots.
Secrets of blood are nestled within sheets of leather and written upon paper, detailing the innermost thoughts of the Great Shadow.
Oh, Strahd's journal. Yeah, we've got that.
And the sun's sigil is a old pendant of silver in the shape of a sun, with a red gem placed in the center.
Lena's holding onto that, I believe.
Which one, the tome?
Nicholas thing.
Last time I know about the tome, Alcena had it.
Yeah, Alcena's got the tome, and I'm assuming he's talking about the holy symbol of Ravencon for the sun, and that one was what he gave to Strahd.
Was that what you gave to Strahd, or was it the Twilight Crest?
Ooh, I think we gave him the Twilight Crest. Because I think that's what you guys gave to Damsius. Pretty sure.
No, Damsius, you had the holy symbol of the Ravencon because you were using the charges in order to stop us from dying.
Oh. Okay.
And you
I see. A lot of blame in that voice there, Jarrell. Do you present the tome? I think Alcena gave most of her belongings to Helena to hold on to, just for simplicity's sake, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
And do you explain what happened to the holy symbol?
Yes. The Great Shadow stole the sigil from us.
Make me a persuasion check, Jarrell, as you explain its fate. Nice.
I'd really like to get that back.
Yeah, I imagine.
I am sworn never to share the omens I have seen until these signs are revealed to me. But I see the secrets of blood, and I hear your explanation for the sun's sigil. And I will recant what I know to you without it. I am a storm giant, one of a race dedicated to the seeking and interpretation of omens. And I first came to this land nearly 1,000 years ago. Young and arrogant, I hoped to prove my skills against the being called the Seeker. one of the lady's three beings of fey divinity who dwelled amidst the valley. I, through this, challenged the seeker to a competition of foresight. And though I lost, I was surprised when the seeker offered to teach me to see the threads of fate as she did. Although I never approached her mastery, her tutelage unlocked an awareness that I and my people had never thought possible. It is then I settled in the Balinark Mountains upon Mount Gakis. And although I was disturbed when Calvin's conquest and King Dostran's invasion laid waste to many of the lady's holy places, a vision of the future reassured me that one day my patron and mentor would return to rightful power. When a group of mortals bearing the secrets of blood and the sun's sigil would come to me, seeking to restore the lady's glory. Will you restore the glory of the lady's three?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a very worthy thing. Can you hear me?
He just sort of glares down at you with those all-seeing eyes, Gleister.
It is my understanding you wish to know more of the ladies of the Fanes and of this Amber Temple. It is my honor to tell you what I know. With their holy places desecrated by Kavan, King Dostran, and Strahd, all of the holy worshippers weakened and divided, the ladies of the Fanes have now been reduced to little more than spirits, unable to take action or exercise the power, great power, they once wielded. The Weaver's holy place was the Swamp Fane, which stands near the ruined town on the shores of the Luna River. The Huntresses the Forest Fane atop Yester Hill, and the Seekers the Mountain Fane in a western clearing in the valley's woodland basin. Today, as of this very moment, all three are desecrated, corrupted by Strahd's profane magic, their power perverted and channeled toward the evil vampire's use. Through them, the vampire commands the beasts, earth and sky of the valley, and through them he has tethered his soul to the land itself. I am remorse to tell you, I do not know how the Fanes can be reconsecrated and Strahd's power over them severed. Only the ladies themselves may bear such knowledge, and though their spirits still dwell in Barovia, they are not as they once were, reduced to bare vestiges of divinity. I fear that the ladies simply lack the means to communicate with mortals any further. I myself have not heard the Seeker's whisper on the wind since the mist fell. Although I am loath to seek knowledge from such a profane and darkened place, I believe the long-dead mages of the Amber Temple may have crafted or perhaps documented rituals capable of contacting the lady's remnants. The vestiges of ancient beings dwell within the temple's walls, and countless secrets lay buried within the temple's depths. Should you delve its hidden tomes, you may well find the means to gather the lady's spirits and commune with them as I once did long ago. Will you do as I ask?
I believe we have the same goals, yes.
Yeah. Deal.
Damsius nods.
I'm in.
He almost seems to die in relief. And it's like as if his giant head is now like hammocked in these roots rather than held up on their own.
I have lingered long past my time, but I believe these roots have sustained my existence for a reason. I am old and bound, but I possess knowledge and strength that may well be of use to you. I wish to offer you a thanks for seeking this knowledge that will aid you in your travels to and from the temple.
His eyes sort of trace over all of you, and finally they come to rest upon you, Jarell.
I sense the feel of the Seeker's magic upon you. You carry a boon of the Ravens, do you not?
I shall produce the whistle. Indeed,
Place
I do.
it upon the stone pillar in the pool so that I may see it better.
I shall wade forth and set it on the pillar.
His glowing eyes close for a moment, and white clouds of mist that are rising from the pool sort of begin to swirl through the air towards the pillar's surface where you've placed the item. And a pale cerulean glow surrounds the whistle, and for a moment, a great and terrible winged shadow crosses through the swirling clouds' depths with a fierce cry seeming to echo from a far distance. Then the shadow is gone, the glow fades, and the mist drifts lazily down into the pool once more.
Should you find yourselves in harm's way upon this mountain, you may now blow this whistle. If you do so beneath open skies, my teacher's familiar shall come to defend you. Though take care, as this magic shall only work once.
Okay.
Thank you, Great One.
He... Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I shall take the whistle back and hang it from my neck.
Very good. He sags further, almost, and his eyes sort of get heavily lidded, and his voice has grown a bit quieter.
I fear our conversation and this investiture have exhausted me. I must rest now, and reserve my strength for my rule yet to come. I know that you wished to know more of the Amber Temple. I must confess, I have never been there myself, as you might imagine. But I will say this. The evil within the temple is not to be trifled with. Many immortals have believed they could control the power it hides, and have lost themselves amid the darkness. An abyss lurks within the temple's heart, but peer into it no longer than you must, lest it find a foothold in your soul, and drag you down into amber shadows.
So sure, keep that in
Okay.
mind.
Sounds easy.
Might work.
You do them sleeping.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Do you have anything else to ask or request of this ancient elder?
Not really. If you could post where those three things were,
Yes, I
you broke up
can.
a bit during that
Yes.
speech.
Naturally, I get bad connection in the middle of my very important monologue. Yes, there you are.
Thank you.
Indeed, my friend.
Go well, and may the ladies guide you through the trials that await.
And it seems Elder Birabis has fallen asleep.
Well, he must be very comfy cozy too.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think we need to find these three things. Veins, sorry.
Indeed. You guys will have a lot to fill Helena in on.
The Luna River, is that here in, like, are these all here in the mountain, or are they?
All over
Because
Barovia.
I think I remember Yester Hill from, like, way back when. So I could be misremembering.
No, you definitely have been to Yester Hill. I'll say that the name of it is familiar. It's what the Mardikovs also referred to the hill where the druids were gathering and you fought that big crazy tree.
Oh yeah.
The Luna River, it is like a tributary of Lake Zarovich, and it flows past Valaki. You have frequently met opponents across the bridge. Then the Lunar River flows south still to the west of the windmill. You found that little island in the middle of the Lunar River where you got the armor from the Silver Dragon Order. Excuse me. And when you first made your way into the mountain, fought those demon things on top of the columns, that bridge also crossed over the Lunar River. So
Okay.
yes, it kind of strikes from north to south through Barovia, but it's not too terribly far. It would require a lot of backtracking just this moment, but
Right.
it is in the area.
Okay. That would be something to do after exploring the Amber Temple, other than beforehand.
Yes, add it to your side quest list.
Yes.
All right, you guys Let me get back here. Head back to the longhouse, and Momo and Calder are, and Orales, they're all preparing breakfast, and they provide you each with fine, hefty plates of warm flatbreads with honey and dried berries and nice soft cheese. And Diego is kind of observing you all sitting in her throne, and she can't help but ask, how did your meeting with Elder Burabis go? Did his might awe and surprise you?
Yeah, sure. Who's Sleepy Boy?
He
Not what I
is
was
one of
expecting.
the oldest creatures. That is not surprising. One would not expect to find a giant of his size and age in a little place like Soldav.
Talk to you guys very often?
Not very, only in matters and moments of great importance. Luckily, things in Soldav have been simple for many years, and he is allowed his rest as often as possible. Did you ask him your questions about the Amber Temple and the fanes of the Ladies Three?
Sure. Yeah, he answered what he could. We're gonna bring them back.
Well,
Your goal, yes.
I see. Since you have spoken to Elder Burabis, I will now tell you what I know. I did not wish to undermine the Elder and whatever he might choose to say to you. The temple, as it is called, is a very ancient and cursed place, standing upon Mount Gakis almost as long as us Tauta have dwelled in the valley. We do not know much, but we know that it was built by strange mages long ago, who sought to contain dark, twisted things in amber crypts. I'm aware that I have given you this warning once already, but I do not feel it would be a fault to say it to you all again. Many, many people have sought to obtain power or knowledge from the temple, and most all of them have fallen prey to the temple's corruption, or else fallen victim to the dangers that lie within. I do not know the details, and though its builders died long ago, the temple remains well defended by unnatural forces, with strange constructs and undead patrolling its darkened corridors. In addition to these dangers, some sort of evil miasma fills the temple's chambers, consuming the vitality of any who seek rest or respite there. The temple itself is well hidden, mounted high in the frozen reaches of Mount Gakis, and surrounded by deadly cliffs. There was once an ancient road that led directly to its front facade. It collapsed long ago, leaving only treacherous paths and narrow ledges to approach it. The easiest path begins on the southwestern edge of the plateau outside Soldav. If you follow it, it will guide you to the temple's doors. Before you even arrive at the temple, however, there is a giant goat our people call Sangzor, who guards the pass now leading to the temple.
Giant goat.
There's a legend among my people that Sangzor has dwelled upon the mountain for centuries, if not millennia. He has sent many a pilgrim to the temple, plummeting to their deaths down the mountainside. People say that Zangzor senses the evil that lurks in men's hearts, and only if it judges you worthy will it allow for you to pass.
Well, I was already thinking we should be nice to him.
That is a fine instinct you have, Gleister Poitain. You may have heard mention of my daughter, Diona. Heirs to the chieftain of Soldov, each joined by 3 companions, have traveled to the Amber Temple for centuries, seeking to test their resilience and will against the corruption it contains. From time immemorial, it has dwelled upon our sister peak, with its whispers gently caressing the dreams of those it seeks to tempt. You can hear a quiet shuffling as Casimir kind of tries to stand further behind all of you. Each time a chief has accepted its invitations, calamity has befallen the tribe not long after. Now we test our chiefs before they take the wooden chair, so that if weakness lurks in their hearts, it shall be drawn out and be destroyed with its bearer. My eldest and only daughter, Diona, is undergoing such a trial now, meditating in the temple with her 3 companions for 6 days and 6 nights before she may return home to Soldov. Should you encounter Diona, I would ask that you convey my regards and my hope that Diona may complete her rite of passage successfully and return home.
How long has she been gone already?
It has been a few days, but she is not yet overdue. I am not worried. She is strong, as I was strong before her. But she is my only daughter, as I said, and I would wish her home safely and swiftly.
We shall do our best to ensure her safe return.
Thank you, Jarell Salamar. I hope that your hearts are true and your resolve is full. I would not wish for you to be among the many numbers who have fallen to the dangers of the temple. Go now with our luck at your back. Farewell, my friends. Como will bring you back to the entrance.
So, is there any place here where we may trade, perhaps potions or other provisions to help us in our endeavor?
Provisions we could provide, furs, foods, and the like. But potions, this is not my people's strong suit. We have no mages or wizards among us with the knowledge to do such things. Our healing is far more mundane. But perhaps we could send you with a kit of herbs and bandages. I realize that this is not exactly the boon you would wish for, but it is all we have to provide.
Some of his healers
Be
can't
great
do
help.
What was that, Gleister?
Surely somebody in our group has healers get proficiency, right? Anyway,
Maybe. Let me look at Helena really fast. Not Helena.
oh, okay. Well, we'll take the furs and the food.
We would be happy to provision each of you with 3 nights worth of rations. It would be difficult for us to part with much more.
Oh, it's very generous. Thank you.
All right. Well, with that said, Diego offers hearty handshakes to everyone and pat on the backs, and then Como will lead you down the exit tunnel and wish you further good luck.
All right.
And then you all return to a familiar sight. And as the wind bites at you once more, your journey shall recommence towards the Amber Temple. And that is where we shall leave our session for the evening.
Okie
Give a little bit of
Right.
time for the Drawn Swords folks to get their stuff prepared, and leave some time for Helena to experience the giant goat.
Oh, yes. Well, that will be
Because
fun.
that's sure to be a good time.
Oh,
Indeed.
I'm going to hug him. I'm going to give the...
Good session, everybody. I hope it wasn't too tedious. And I
No,
hope we
good.
took good notes.
Yep.
Very good. I think it's been a pretty rare occurrence for us to not have some sort of combat in a session. Slight change of pace. Yeah.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody's attendance, and you guys have fun at your next game.
Okey-doke.
Okie dokie. Catch up with you later.
All right.
All right, bye, friends.
Buddy.
Daniel.
Bye. Later.
Bye, Calix. Bye, Damsius.